So we're starting today's stream with a video that looks very promising. It's called Breaking the Chains of the Anti-White West by Way of the World. Who is a white nationalist, by the way. I mean, obviously, look at the fucking title. With over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Damn, YouTube. Platforming and amplifying the voices of literal white nationalists. And I thought these liberal tech companies had a anti-right bias. But let's check it out. It's an 11-minute video. It's not too long. Let's see how the anti-white West is oppressing white people. Nice. I like how everything we're seeing on the screen so far, nothing wrong with this, but playing like the ominous music. Like, look how Western culture has fallen. Look how it is degenerated. Oh God. Here we go. Oh, that buffer.
Nationalism has nothing to do with supremacy.
Can you fucking not? Jesus, I hate my internet. Alright, so we've already started with an incorrect statement. Nationalism has nothing to do with supremacy. Alright, so what is nationalism? Nationalism is the belief and the ideal of establishing a nation with closed borders, a strong national identity, and a fixed population. Nationalism on its own, a stupid ideology that I disagree with. However, people like this are extremely dishonest. This guy, extremely dishonest, because they have to be. It's the only way that they can appeal to a wider audience of people who would otherwise find their true beliefs to be absolutely disgusting, and they have to dog whistle and they have to be dishonest in order to keep themselves from getting banned off of places like YouTube and Twitter, because, well, yes, Twitter and YouTube are completely happy to platform people like this and make money off of their ads and everything. Once they start, going full mask off, that's when it starts to look bad for them and it starts to affect their bottom line and they start dropping the ban hammer. But regardless, this guy is a white nationalist. Why is nationalism based on race a problem? Nationalism based on race, black nationalism, white nationalism specifically, because that's probably what we're going to be talking about here, any type of race-based nationalism is based on supremacy. We'll get into that in a second. New Mosaic, thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub to Jess. Thank you. Alright, let's continue. Let's see his justification for why it isn't based in supremacy, and I will happily debunk it.
Nationalism has nothing to do with supremacy, despite the lies of the left. It's perfectly fine to accept that other groups on average outperform us in certain ways. Nationalism is simply about natural in-group preference.
Okay, so here's the lie, alright? So obviously we have to start with, like, the lie you've been told by the left. So this is a very popular, this is, if you know anything about fascism, one of the biggest core tenets of fascism is to mobilize against an enemy. Identify an enemy, whether it be ideologically, an enemy ideologically, or just their identity be an enemy, black people, Jews, leftists. Set an enemy and laser focus on them. Identify an enemy and mobilize against them. That is how you build fascism. It's how you radicalize people. You radicalize them against a set group of people who you have labeled the bad guys. So just want to point that out, because this guy is a fascist. I just want to point out and give you a little bit of an in on the very popular tactics these fascist types like to use. Next, why would you want a white ethno-state? Because that is the goal of a white nationalist at the end of the day. They'll lie and say it isn't, because Nazis, fascists, all these groups, they lie. Why would you want a white ethno-state? I want you to think about this for a second. if you don't believe that certain ethnic or racial groups are superior, why would you want these groups to be separated? Why wouldn't you want them in your population? Why would you have the state enforce a limit on the amount of people from other races or ethnicities that can come into your country? Why do you see it as a problem? Why do you see it as a problem if white people have children with non-white people, if you don't see them as being inferior in some way? Really try to think about that, because they do. They are white supremacists. They'll never say it because, you know, it's way easier to radicalize people and convince them if you come off as sort of a reasonable, not, you know, because I think most people think racism is bad. How do you take somebody who thinks racism is bad on like a basic level and get them to, we need a white ethno-state? How do you get them there? Well, you start by saying, hey, I'm not a racist. Racism is bad. I'm not a white supremacist. I don't believe in supremacy. But don't you think it's kind of weird how white people aren't allowed to have their own spaces? How white people can't advocate for themselves? You know, these dog whistles that don't really mean anything when you think about them, but they sound nice. They sound agreeable. You know, there's nothing intrinsically wrong with the statement that, don't you think white people should be allowed to advocate for their best interests? Like, on a surface level, when you look at that statement, it doesn't look bad, right? I mean, I think we can all agree with that. But it doesn't mean anything. What do you mean? When you actually ask that person, what are white interests? Then they start to get into, oh, you know, white ethno-state and defeating degeneracy, you know? So the dishonesty here is pretty amazing. So this means that while I watch this video, unless this guy decides to go, like, in the next 10 minutes, just go fucking mask off and drop the fucking Nazi bombs, you know what I'm saying? Unless he does that, this video is going to consist quite a bit of me saying, okay, he's being dishonest here, or okay, he's lying here, or okay, he's leaving things out here, or okay, he's being disingenuous here. Like, oh boy. Oh boy. I love how white nationalists love to lie.
The more similar a group is, the stronger the bond, and I would support my own group regardless of where they ranked in any performance field, because I am them and they are me.
Notice how what he just said there sounds nice, but means literally nothing. None of what he just said there holds any substance. So he starts by saying, I don't believe that certain races are superior to others, but actually, yeah, I think certain groups that are like people that are like me, I'm going to get along better with them, and I'm going to support them no matter what, and they're better, and I want them in my spaces. Nice. I don't know why it's not reading off on the TTS, but Comrade Crowpot, thank you for the tier 1 sub, says, hey Xanderhall, long-time fucking fan and longer-time fan of Vosh's. You're stealing my screen from VDaddy tonight because I'm not caught up on Hollow Knight. Noticed that you had a website, so now here I am and getting rid of my degenerate white name. Thank you so much. Yes, white is degenerate. Whiteness is very degenerate, and I really appreciate you just fucking yeeting the whiteness out. That is our goal, of course, as the leftist globalist Jews. We are going to mobilize against whiteness. We are going to breed whiteness out of existence. That is obviously our goal. Fucking K-Kona in chat, or K-Comrade in chat, if we have that emote. I don't think we do. Ooh, the fucking buffer. Holy shit.
I don't like segregated and conflict-prone multicultural societies, and study after study has proved that this is a natural and reasonable...
Let's see. Preferences and beliefs in in-group favoritism. In-group favoritism... It's well documented. Okay, interesting. Alright. So is this an argument? Do you think this is an argument for a white ethno-state? Or do you think it is an argument that in a multicultural society, certain enclaves of cultures and of ethnicities are bound to form? Is it a bad thing? Well, no, it's just something that happens. If it's a bad thing, Way of the World here is going to have to make an argument as to why it's a bad thing. Also, it is also temporary. If somebody comes along, right? Okay, so let's say you have a family of immigrants from, I don't fucking know, Japan, right? They come to America. They are way more likely to befriend other Japanese immigrants, other Japanese people, because that's what they're used to. And it is fairly well known that people from other cultures are going to assimilate more with people who also share that culture living in the country they live in. But as generations go by, this doesn't really form as much, right? You know, the grandkids or the kids or the grandkids of that family of immigrants that comes to America are way more likely to just sort of assimilate into what we would call American culture. And I'm using America as an example here. I know this guy's a fucking Britbonger, it sounds like, but like America as an example, chances are the children of those immigrants and definitely the grandchildren of those immigrants are going to be like, I go to a school, you know, I'm gonna go hang out with my American friends. I'm gonna go. What are American? I don't know. Fucking hanging out at the mall and playing Fortnite. I guess those are American. I don't know what American values. I don't know what American culture is. What the fuck is American culture? Can you list it? No, you fucking can't. American culture in LA is very different than American culture in bumfuck like Alabama, right? So there isn't really a set American culture in the same way that I guarantee, we'll use Britbonger examples here, I guarantee a Londoner has a pretty different culture than some fucking, what are like British rednecks called? I don't know. I'll use, Bogan? That's Australia. I don't know. Some fucking bogan living up in the north, you know? And they pronounce it that way, north. The north. Like the fucking, the free folk from Game of Thrones. All right, I went on a bit of a tangent there. Let's continue. Wow, my internet is just shitting itself tonight.
Psychological predisposition. I feel most at home, most relaxed, in an ethnically homogenous society where my people are the unchallenged majority, where we make the rules designed to suit us, where we can speak freely according to our customs and values, and where we have no need of false concepts like hate speech.
Nationalism is not about supremacy, but I want there to be a homogenous society of only people that are like me, where we make all the rules and everything is tailored to us. Interesting. Wait, why are you effing? Did the stream die? I wouldn't be surprised. My internet would do that. Afro Lefty, thank you for the $5. Says Hunter Avalon followed me on Instagram. Ayo, things are looking up in life. I'm proud of you. Thank you so much. Alrighty, let's continue. Oh, Cindy told you to? God damn it. Alright, let's continue.
This is nature.
Also, false concepts such as hate speech. Ah, yes, because you can't... So here's the problem here. You have somebody who is saying, oh, yeah, nationalism isn't about racism or anything like that. I'm not a racist. And by the way, racism and hate speech doesn't even exist. I'm getting sort of an inkling of a feeling that this guy is kind of a dishonest cunt. Just a little bit. Also, he talks very slowly, so we're going to speed the video up a little bit. I know. Your brains may not be as fast as mine to comprehend the quick talking speed of a video on times 1.2, but we're speeding it up. Damn, my internet just not having a good time today.
Way. This is our way. Unfortunately, the West is no longer like that.
Oh no.
It was not so long ago.
Oh no. Holy shit. God, I cannot wait to move to California.
Of politics designed to engineer our cultural and physical retreat, we now find
I actually can't do it. My internet isn't good enough to play this video at normal speed. Fuck.
Ourselves a hated majority, forecast to be a hated minority within 2 generations.
White people are a hated majority. In what way is hate against white people systemically affecting white people in a negative way? I'd actually like to know. Let's read this mail. What is Mail Online? Is this like the Daily Mail or something? I don't know what this article is. Hold on. I'm surprised he hasn't like cited Breitbart or something yet. Oh, it's the Daily Mail. Okay. Yeah, Daily Mail's a pretty conservative outlet. Pretty, pretty non-trustworthy, but still, it's not Breitbart or the Daily Stormer, so that's surprising. But I'm sure we'll probably get a source from one of them pretty quickly. Rip This Britain. With academic objectivity, Oxford professor and population expert David Coleman says white Britons could be in the minority by the 2060s or sooner. I find this extremely unlikely, especially considering the amounts of like borderline white nationalist candidates that keep getting elected in the UK. I mean, Boris Johnson just got elected. I'm pretty sure white people aren't going to be a minority by the 2060s if that's the case. Also, if you don't believe white people are superior, why is it a problem if they become a minority by 2060? If that's even what's going to happen. I really doubt that. That's very, very soon. That's in 40 years. I highly doubt that. But why is it a problem if you don't think white people are superior? Or why? Please tell me. How is this an issue? What is it about being an ethnic minority that's bad? Do you think that maybe do you think minorities kind of get it bad? Do you think that maybe they might be the victim, at least currently, of a little thing you said doesn't exist called hate speech or racism? Might want to ponder on that one.
But while whites are forbidden any kind of ethnic or racial identity, while we are supposed to openly deplore any hint of love for our own kind, when other...
God, the dishonest language that they use, they're so milquetoast with their beliefs of... Well, there we go right there. Oof, that's a nice headline just to pop up right... Ooh, nice headline to have pop up right there. I like the fucking soft language. This is political correctness, by the way. I know that like a lot of reactionaries have warped the term political correctness quite a bit, but this is political correctness. They are soft. It's when fascists and white nationalists soften their language to make it more palatable and less offensive to a wider audience, so that they can become more digestible, more palatable to the average person. You know, someone might see this video and be like, "Oh man, this British guy who sounds very reasonable is just talking about how white people should have their own space, you know, have their own spaces to talk about their own values, and why can't we advocate for ourselves, you know?" That's political correctness. What this guy actually believes is there is a Jewish cabal that are in power, that control the world. They're pushing globalist policies. They want to outbreed. They want to bring in brown people into white countries to outbreed the whites. They are the enemy, and we must rise up and kill them all. That's what he actually believes. But he's not going to say that, obviously, but it's what he actually believes. And I guarantee if you could read this fucker's mind, that is exactly what he believes. Guarantee it. I would bet my YouTube channel on it. I would bet everything on that.
The groups assert their differences, their alleged superiority.
Also nice. Yeah, this guy's literally a Nazi. We got the obvious. Well, most white nationalists are Nazis. They usually believe it's the Jews behind it all. So nice. This guy's a Nazi.
We are all supposed to be quiet and let them get on with it.
This guy is breaking YouTube TOS, by the way. I just like to point that out. I'm not saying that you should go and mass report him or anything, because, you know, I would never advocate for that, but this guy does have 103,000 subscribers on YouTube and is breaking YouTube TOS. Just saying. Way of the World is breaking YouTube TOS. He is a Nazi using YouTube as a platform to spread Nazi propaganda. But you shouldn't mass report him. You shouldn't mass report him or anything.
But even identity is forbidden to us.
Oof,
and
that soft language.
And we alone are...
Ooh, here we go. We got Black Pride, Gay Pride, Asian Pride, and White Pride. White Pride is a slogan primarily used by white separatists, white nationalists, neo-Nazis, and white supremacists. True! Isn't it interesting how certain phrases and certain words have certain meanings behind them and context, historically speaking? Isn't it interesting how white pride is almost always used, or the term white pride, it's okay to be white, all those fucking slogans, are almost always used by, like, fucking Nazis? Like this dude? But like gay pride has never been used by gay supremacists, or black pride is usually not used by black supremacists, and Asian pride isn't usually used by Asian supremacists. Why is it okay for these three groups to be prideful of their identity, but not for white people? Well, because it isn't. Because white pride isn't about being proud of being white. Usually it's white supremacists saying, I'm proud to be white. Asian pride is about saying, yeah, we kind of, we're a minority in America. We've kind of gotten, or in most white countries or Western countries, whatever. We're a minority here. We've kind of got shit on, especially back in World War II, kind of rising above that. Gay people, discriminated against. Literally today, I think it's in like 30 states, it's still legal to fire someone for being gay. Like, I'm not even kidding. I believe I think the article is from 2016, but as of 2016, I believe it was like over half the states in America, it's legal to fire someone for being gay. I'm pretty sure that was the statistic. I may be wrong. And for black pride, I think we all know how black people have been treated in America historically. I don't think I need to talk about that one. I think even with the first grade level history education, you should know what I'm talking about there. Oh yeah, and conversion therapy for gay people and trans people is still legal in many states, yeah.
Ooh, the supremacy.
Oh yeah, and the reason, by the way, why it's legal to discriminate against gay people when it comes to like stores, like providing services, renting homes, and like hiring and firing, is because the United States government refuses to make it federally illegal to discriminate based on gender, sex, or gender, sexuality, and race. They refuse to make it illegal on a federal level, so they make it up to the state. And so obviously the fucking K-Kona states are going to make it legal to discriminate against based on those factors. That's why it's still legal. Interesting how you would say, like, I love this. I love the fucking narrative, the fucking victim narrative. I guarantee this dude, if you asked him, and be like, oh, the blacks and the gays and all these different groups, it's an oppression Olympics. They're always talking about how they're the victims. Yet this guy is literally pulling the victim narrative here, saying that despite being unironically the group that is statistically in power, somehow white people are the hated majority. The hated majority in power.
Our nations, our love for our own people.
By the way, Emery81, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Says, with this sub, I also have broken free from white degeneracy. Thank you, guys. Everyone who subs on the website is helping destroy the degeneracy of whiteness. Thank you so much.
Our collective survival is what we are fighting for. And unity.
Our collective survival? I love the fucking the language with this. It's so dishonest. So let's talk about this. They call it white genocide. That's what they call it, but it's not. It is, by definition, not a genocide. How is it a genocide to allow other people from other countries to immigrate to your country, and then for two people of different races to voluntarily get together and have children? How is that genocide? I would understand if these immigrants were coming to America and they were rounding up white people and putting them in concentration camps and fucking just murdering them, like culling them off in the thousands or the millions. That's genocide. Just having people voluntarily get together, of two races get together and have children that aren't white, that is not a genocide. The fact that he believes that this is a genocide shows how fucking pampered white people have been throughout history, that they have never been genocided off based on their identity. A lot of people will bring up the whole, but what about how Irish people were treated back before the 20s? They weren't seen as white. So no amount of people, no population of white people have been fucking genocided or discriminated against by the state on the basis of being white. It just hasn't happened. Oof, that buffer.
Defense, which is why those who despise us will do anything to suppress it. They know if we stand alone, if we remain individualists, we are finished. And anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you.
Yep, yeah, you are fucking lying. I mean, it's obvious, too. And he knows he's lying as well. And I imagine so does his audience. He's not being honest with what he believes. It would be interesting if he would just, like, fucking go mask off and stop dog whistling and, like, actually say what he believes. I have literally zero respect for absolute fucking pussy-ass, bitch boy white nationalists like this little cunt who refuses, this limey little cunt, refuses to be honest about his beliefs, partly because he's a fucking pussy and doesn't want to alienate himself from the average, average conservative or centrist audience, as well as get, banned from YouTube because he knows that his beliefs are degenerate and disgusting, and he knows he'll get banned for it because he knows what he believes is wrong.
Anti-white double standards, of course, have now become the norm in a...
Show me the anti-white double standards, please. I want to see them.
West, beleaguered by political correctness. But there was one incident recently that brought these double standards into perfect...
Also, I like how he's shitting on political correctness while being politically correct, refusing to be honest about his beliefs, softening his language. Oof, you love to see it.
Focus. Last week in the UK, it was reported that a wealthy businessman, Sir Brian Thwaites, offered £1 million to 2 colleges to set up scholarships for underprivileged, working-class white boys, who are the least academically successful group in the UK. Both colleges, however, refused the money, claiming that it would breach anti-discrimination laws, despite a scholarship being set.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you were trying to start up a scholarship program that's like, yeah, okay, here's money that is only for white boys. Only white people can get scholarships for this. Also, I guarantee he's about to bring up, like, diversity quotas and, fuck, what's it called? The name always escapes me. Fuck, what's it called? Affirmative action. Affirmative action, which has statistically been shown to benefit white people more than it does non-white people or any other, like straight white dudes are way more likely to benefit from affirmative action than like a black, gay, trans woman, for example. God, this buffer is annoying.
Set up at Cambridge last year exclusively for black students by black musician Stormzy.
I'd like to know the context of this. How much do you want to bet there's a reason why he cut this off, Not being able to show the source or anything like that? I would love to know the context of this article. Because these people always lie. Just like last stream when we covered Blair White, where she, like, literally clipped out the part of that, Canadian Medical Institute or whatever it was called article talking about how trans women can actually experience the symptoms of periods when they're on hormones. You remember that? Remember when she did that? These types always do that. They always lie, and they'll pretend like they have sources that agree with them, but they'll always go and just like clip that shit out of context, clip away any of the information that disagrees with their worldview, because that's what fascists do. Fascism is not a coherent ideology. It is a reaction. It is a reaction to actual ideologies, such as leftism or basically any actual ideology. Fascism isn't coherent. It doesn't have any theory. It doesn't have any academics behind it. It's just a visceral reaction to progression. That's all it is.
Sir Brian said, if Cambridge University can accept a much larger donation in support of black students, why cannot I do the same for underprivileged white British? Winchester said it would harm its reputation by accepting my bequest, but in my opinion it would gain enormously by being seen to address what is the severe national problem of the underperforming white cohort in schools.
I would fucking love to see the rest of this article. Did he cite it? I would love to see the rest of this article. Please tell me he cited it. Of course he didn't. Instead, he has his Oh my god, what a oh my god. And I'm apparently a fucking grifter who makes like $1 billion. Holy shit. Look how many, okay, so he's got his coffee, he's got his PayPal, his Patreon, his Subscribe Star, his Teespring, and his, oh my god. Fucking hashtag ad Andy. Holy hell. Oh, did you find a link? Supreme Soviet, did you find a link? Is this it? Stormzy launches Cambridge Scholarship for Black students. Pay for tuition by maintenance to grant up to 2 years of an undergraduate course. The rapper says it's so important Black students especially beware that 100% be an option to attend the university in Cambridge. It will fund 2 students this year and 2 in 2019. So hopefully there'll be a Black student that have the opportunity. So he's basically just paying for these kids to go through college himself. Cambridge has been criticized for not admitting many pupils from Black, Asian, and minority ethnic, BAME, I've never heard this acronym, background. In June, the university asked for help. So this is a university. God, you gotta love the clipping out of context. So this is a university that has in the past been criticized for underrepresentation of non-white people in their school. And so they decided to set out this sort of like this program for optics, because that's what you do when you're a fucking university and you want to look good in the public eye. And so they decided to set up this program. And when some guy came forward and was like, yeah, let's do that, but for white people, they were like, hey, sure, like, cool, but we've kind of been under fire for that kind of shit in the past, so we're trying to keep our public image looking clean, so maybe not, Nice. Oof. Gotta love the clipping out of context.
Of course, Sir Brian is right. It's a baffling and immensely sad example of just how bad things have become in the West, where the host populations have become pariahs in the countries their ancestors built.
Jesus Christ. Just be honest with what you believe, my dude. Come on. It's so frustrating having to deal with these people who are so dishonest. Just admit you don't like brown people. You don't... Also, yeah, and all the fucking... I know. The West. Host population. All these fucking bullshit buzzwords. I know. All the dog whistles. Just fucking... My ears are ringing. My ears, they're ringing because of all these dog whistles. Can he just be honest? Can he really just be honest and say he doesn't like brown people? I would love that. I'm gonna.
In light of all this, my questions to our people now are:
our people.
When will you have had enough of being a second-class citizen in your own country? At what point is it okay to recognize that white privilege is a damned lie?
Oof.
When is it okay to take your own side, the side of your children, in a society that openly despises you?
Oh, the soft language.
You will likely have heard that on New Year's Eve, the hashtag It's Okay to Be White was top trending on Twitter.
Ooh, we're actually going to be covering this with the Bearing video a little later as well.
The UK, US, and Australia. This was no mean feat given the anti-white bias in the media.
The anti-white bias
continues to anger and frustrate the anti-whites for its singular ability to demolish their edifice of lies. Because at the root of
this guy is literally a Nazi, by the way, so you probably shouldn't take much of what he says seriously. It's so frustrating. I don't even know what I'm supposed to go after here because he's lying. He's being so dishonest. He refuses to be honest about what he believes. Because he knows if he does, he'll get banned, and nobody will take him seriously. He believes the Jews control the world, and he hates brown people. He thinks they're gross or something, and he thinks they're degenerate. So he doesn't want brown people come into his precious white country and outbreeding the fucking white people, because he can't stand to see a brown person. I guarantee this dude has inspired at least one fucking I guarantee this dude's YouTube channel was on the subscribed list of either the Christchurch shooter or that San Diego shooter that shot up the synagogue in San Diego. Guarantee it. Because this guy's rhetoric is exactly what pushes and radicalizes people to shoot up fucking synagogues and shit. Or PewDiePie? Oh, this guy is definitely a fucking PewDiePie, bro. I guarantee... Hold on. Does this guy have his subs public? I want to see. Let's see if he has his subs public. Oof, damn. Unfortunate. Damn. You know what? This guy's fucking lying. Let's look at the comments. Let's finish this up by looking at the comments, because everything, he's literally going to do this. He's going to do this for like the next fucking, for the next, literally the next like 6 minutes. It's literally going to be nothing but lying. In this soft baby bitch pussy ass language where he doesn't say what he actually believes and tries to make white nationalism and white supremacy palatable and sort of try to wrap it up into like a nice little gift box. Oh yeah. Yeah, this shit does well. White fascism is a serious problem. This is why I get so pissed off at woke skulls that try to take down breadtubers. They don't realize that they're literally attacking their own advocates. It pisses me off. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to platform this guy's shitty beliefs and his lies. Let's read the comments. Let's see the types of people that are commenting on this. They envy white people because they have not made the same contributions to the advancement of humanity. Ooh, let's Aaron Kruger. See this guy's profile picture. Oof, what about his channel? Let's check this dude out. Let's see who this guy is sub to. A lot of weeb shit. A lot of gun stuff. Vincent James, Tommy Robinson. Nice. Nice, nice. Vitter Honk Honk. Interesting. No bullshit, naturally. A lot of gun stuff. This guy's a future mass shooter. Guarantee this guy ends up murdering someone one day. Guarantee it. Ooh, PragerU. Love to see it. Literal fascist subbing to PragerU. Nice. I want to see some of that. Ooh, that Paul Joseph Watson. Nice. Love to see it. Steven Crowder. Interesting how Anthony Brian Logan. Interesting how these figures who claim not to be Nazis or racists are followed by literal fucking white supremacists and actual fascists. Oof. Damn. You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. Let's see if we can see any people with like Scheckelberg in their name, you know, with the any Scheckelberg memes in chat? Not in chat, but in the comments. Damn. Know this well, fellow white men. It is said an infinite forest lies dormant in the dreams of a single acorn. We are a formidable force when stirred. Ooh, cringe. Scheckelberg is just like a stereotypical like Jew thing. So Nazis like to like what are like the memes that so Nazis will use like Scheckelberg, Scheckelstein, Goldberg, like basically like the most stereotypical like Jewish names you can think of. The Nazis like to they like to use that as their meme. Damn. Cultural Marxism, plain and simple. The white male/female is the new bourgeoisie. What? The soy is strong in that girl or boy or whatever that was with that hat/2K on. Ooh, unironic soy jokes. Oh boy. What a degenerate comment thread. You love to see it. I have literally no respect for these people. If you're too much of a fucking pussy ass baby bitch to be honest about what you believe, you deserve no respect from me. I have more respect for the Nazis, like, what's that guy's name? The Randbot guy? The fucking crazy drunk Australian dude that was on the kill stream that apparently abuses his wife. He abuses his wife, by the way. There's like a clip of him after he got, like, fired from the kill stream where he was, like, screaming at his wife to shut the fucking door, you bitch! Like, some shit like that. That dude. I have more respect for that dude than I do for this guy, because at least that dude is honest about being a Nazi, you know, screaming about, you know, the Jews and saying the N-word and all that. I have more respect for the honest Nazis. I mean, all Nazis lie, but the ones that are honest about being Nazis than these little fucking pussy-ass beta bitches who refuse to be honest about their actual beliefs. Literally no respect for them. They're so below me that I don't even consider them human. Oof. Imagine being so pathetic.